Have you noticed that we spend so much time worrying about who's against us and we don't necessarily think about who's influencing us? People talk a lot about the devil attacking them or being attacked by the devil, but come to think of it, the devil does not need a seat at your table if he can whisper to the people already sitting there. And most of the time, the people sitting there are not bad people. They could be friends, loved ones, or even people who genuinely love you. Not every harmful voice comes from a harmful person. Let's think about it for a second. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling smaller than before you entered it? Maybe feeling more worried, more anxious, more uncertain about your future, having this big plan in your mind and talking to someone about it, and suddenly you feel like it's the worst thing you've ever thought about. Or like you're feeling so great about yourself or so great about how well you're doing in life, and you talk to someone or you talk to people and they make it seem so like unimportant that you're doing such great things. And the interesting thing about influence is that it slowly starts to change the way you see things. It's not very immediate, like immediately someone says something, boom, it influences your mind. No. Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Which means whatever gets into your heart eventually projects itself into your life. So the enemy doesn't always attack you directly. Sometimes he could attack your perspective. If he can change how you see yourself, how you see God, or a situation you're in, he could cause you to leave something God never intended for you to leave, or do something God never approved of, which could thereby alter your path or alter your direction in life. The enemy doesn't need to move the mountain if he can convince you it's impossible to climb. In Matthew 16, when Peter was doing I too know, and he told Jesus, never, Lord, that could never happen to you. That was like during the crucifixion and death of Jesus. And Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. That wasn't because Peter was actually Satan. Peter loved Jesus. He wasn't trying to destroy him. However, Jesus recognized that what actually sounded loving was pulling him away from God's purpose, which is why discernment is so important. Not everybody in your life that is giving you advice is hearing from God. The question isn't who is talking. The question is, what is this voice producing in me? Is it producing peace? Is it producing love, fear, anxiety, conviction, or confusion? 1 Corinthians 14:33 reminds us that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Just because a voice is familiar doesn't mean it's trustworthy. The voices you entertain today could become the beliefs you live by tomorrow. I'll leave you with this. Jesus said in John 10:27, my sheep listen to my voice, I know them, and they follow me.